Greetings and welcome to another installment of ExcaliburCCG.com Talking Comics, our weekly YouTube show that goes over the books that will be on the shelves on New Comic Day, Wednesday. This week will be January 17th, 2018. And as always, our two locations are in Texarkana on the Texas side and in Shreveport, Louisiana. Come see us. You can call us. Our email, our number, and all that is on the website, ExcaliburCCG.com. So you can get in touch with us any number of ways. Okay? A little bit different this week. I am Mark, your host, and down with the sickness.
And I'm Lee.
Yes, he is Lee. And we're going to run through this real quick this week because everybody feels like utter crap around here. Apologies, but it is what it is. So starting off, our new number ones for the week. This one is from Marvel Comics. It's Amazing Spider-Man Venom Inc. Omega, number one. That's the only issue it's going to be. I don't know why they're sticking number ones on these one-shots, but it's the Omega issue, bookending the Alpha issue. From Mike Costa, Dan Slott, Ryan Stegman, Gerardo Sandoval with art. This is Venom Inc. Part 6. The symbiotic supervillain called Maniac has seized control of all New York's major crime families, and he's now got his sights set on the entire city. To make matters worse, he's also got a cadre of supervillains under his symbiotic spell, and Spider-Man, Venom, and their allies are the only things standing in their way. This is the final chapter of Venom Inc.
Alright, second book, Damage number 1 by DC Comics. The writer is Robert Venditti. The art is by Tony Daniel and Danny Mickey. Tasked as the government's own living, breathing, ticking time bomb, Ethan retains no control when the monster takes over. Cheaper than a nuclear warhead and twice as effective. Ethan fights to rein in the damage he unleashes when the beast inside him springs free for 1 hour a day. With everyone around him in danger, Ethan struggles to contain the damage he inflicts on the DC universe.
Hence his name.
There you go.
And that's like the first book that's spinning out of Metal. I think it's the first of those new era heroes or whatever the DC thing is that they got coming out.
Yes, sir.
Next up for me from Image Comics is Days of Hate number 1 from Alice Cott, Danielle Zizelge. This is a series premiere. It doesn't say. Oh, this is a maxi series, 1 of 12. Okay. United States of America 2022. The loss that ripped them apart drove one into the arms of the police state and the other towards a guerrilla war against the white supremacy. Okay. Now they meet again. This is a story of a war. Okay. So we're going to get into all that stuff. Okay.
Next up.
Yep, next up.
Further Adventures of Nick Wilson, number 1 of 5. Excuse me if I butcher these names. The writer is Eddie Gorodetsky and Mark Andraco. The art is by Steve Sadowski, and the cover is by Pete Woods. From Eisner and an Emmy-winning writers, for a few years in his early 20s, Nick Wilson had superpowers and all the acclaim associated with them. When those powers vanished, so did his fame, sending him from national hero to late-night punchline. By the time we pick up his story, he is not yet 30 and barely an enter in a trivia contest. Faced with a life in the rearview mirror full of lost powers, faded glory, and former enemies, ex-girlfriends, and forgotten grudges, Nick struggles to find out who he is today. Packing on an extra 20 pounds and peering through a medical marijuana haze, he is trying to build a future when all that's left is just a man who hasn't been super for a very long time. These are the further adventures of Nick Wilson.
Okay.
And that's by Image Comics.
Image. Another one from Image. All right, here we go with the $1.50 comics here from Alterna Comics. Another little mini series from them. Go West, number 1 of 3. Written by Garrett Gunn, art by Sean Forney, cover art by Saint Yak.
Saint Yak.
Now seeking a life of peace, Slade the Blade used to be one of the deadliest men in the New West. But when his family is brutally murdered, Slade embarks on one of the grimmest, grittiest, and goriest tales of revenge that the world has ever seen. So another little bit of fun from Alterna.
Another Image comic. Ice Cream Man. Ice Cream Man number 1.
Passing by.
Yep. W. Maxwell Prince is writing. Art and cover by Martin Morazzo. Chocolate, vanilla, existential horror, drug addiction, musical fantasy. There's a flavor for everyone's misery. Ice Cream Man is a genre-defying comic book series featuring desperate one-shot tales of sorrow, wonder, and redemption. Each installment features its own cast of strange characters, dealing with their own special Sunday of suffering. And on the periphery of all of them, like the twinkling music of his colorful truck, is the Ice Cream Man, a weaver of stories, a purveyor of sweet treats, friend, foe, god, demon. The man who, with a snap of his fingers, lickety-split, can change the course of your life forever.
Okay. Fun stuff.
Yep.
All right. Next up is from Legendary Comics, Pacific Rim Aftermath number 1 of 6. Prepare to return to the epic universe of Jaegers and Kaiju with Pacific Rim Aftermath, the official comic book prequel to the highly anticipated new Pacific Rim Uprising, starring John Boyega, coming to theaters March 2018. So this takes place, I guess, in between the two movies. In a city that was once the jewel of the West Coast, a new world has emerged, one rising up from the ashes of giant robots and giant monsters. In this futuristic aftermath, we will meet a new generation of survivors, including Jake Pentecost, son of Stacker Pentecost, who is searching for answers behind the death of his legendary father, Griffin, a Jaeger pilot who has gone from using his skills to defend the world to piloting an illegal Jägermeister enforcer for a mob boss, and the Mech Czar, a techno-criminal overlord who rules the underworld with a steel fist. Set against the neo-noir backdrop of street gangs, kaiju worshippers, interesting, and Jaeger scrapyards, a mysterious but familiar figure arrives with a dangerous agenda. So, sounds like a bunch of stuff going on in that prequel.
It does.
I loved the first movie.
It was awesome.
Looking forward to the second one.
Yep.
I may have to pick up this prequel then to see what goes on in between.
Okay. Last book. Strangers in Paradise 25, number 1. From Abstract Studios. Writer, artist, cover artist, Terry Moore. America's favorite couple is back to celebrate its 25th anniversary. The Eisner Award-winning series is back with an all-new story beginning with this number 1 issue. Francine and Kachu are living the dream until they learn a former Parker girl is in hiding and writing a tell-all book about the wicked empire Darcy Parker built with Kachu at her side. Determined to stop her, Kachu enlists the aid of her mercenary sister Tambi, and the hunt is on. Looking forward to that.
So lots of Strangers in Paradise goodness coming up.
Yep.
I guess he's doing ongoing with that.
It doesn't say. Hopefully it'll be a long...
Yeah.
Hopefully.
All right, well, there you have it. There's all our new number 1s for the week.
Means everyone's sick. We're going to make it short.
Yeah, everybody is down with the flu and crud and all that stuff. The Phoenix Resurrection is still going for a couple more issues, yeah. So we'll have another one of those out. And other than that, thank you for tuning into this All Denim edition of Excalibur CCG.com, Talking Comics. I have no question of the week.
Nope.
This was not planned.
No, not planned. I didn't know when I got here this is what I would be doing.
Yeah. And hopefully everybody will be back up and feeling better by the next show. Apologies for the quality, but it's,
last minute.
It is what it is.
Yep.
And, all right. Well, thank you guys. Be sure to comment below, like, dislike, whatever. We'll see you next week.
Have a good week.
Bye.
Bye.